Hey everyone, it's Eric at Beyond the Green Golf. Hey listen, today I want to talk about a subject that I hear about constantly. And to be honest with you, let's just talk about it. We'll lay it out there. I'll give you my opinion on it and you can take it for what it is. So let's talk about the importance of the look of a golf club to people. I think that this is a subject that has gone well out of control. And it's about time that somebody takes an opposing view. That opposing view is everybody says, nah, you gotta like the look of a golf club, gotta like the look of a golf club. Listen, this is my opinion, okay? I haven't done any research on this in any fashion or form, but this is where I think a lot of it came from. So way back in the day when they used to make irons by hand, you had some problems with the manufacturing. It certainly wasn't as streamlined as it is right now. So at that point, they still had target weights for head weight and things like that, but there was lots of extra material that was on each one of these heads. If you go back and you look at the manufacturing of it, in some cases heads could be produced and be, finished per se, after being forged at as much as 100 grams over their target weight. So what that meant was, now as they start to hand these heads over to these guys at these big grinding machines, and they would have had to start to shape these heads down to their final appearance and look. So a lot of which wasn't done by a mold, it was done by hand. So if it was done by hand, you give just a pile of 5 irons to one guy, just a pile of 6 irons to the next guy, just a pile of 7 irons for that day to another one. As they're grinding and cutting and reweighing and such, guess what? The shape of each one of them could be drastically different. So now at that point, if you get 3 different stations, 3 different guys making them, you could have a big disparity in how they appear. So what I believe is that at some point, as they're, after they got through the whole thing and they're grinding them and they get down to they're close to the finished weight, they're assembled into a golf club, a shaft is put in, a grip is put on, and now they're just put up on racks to dry. Then after that, you might have, if anybody's ever seen anything having to do with manufacturing, they can produce 105 irons in a day, 106 irons in a day, right? So now, if they were all produced by different people, as we're starting to get the professionals that are coming in and maybe a little bit more in tune to what they're looking at each time, they may look at each one of these heads that has minute differences between them and say, hey, listen, those two, I know that's a 5 iron and I know that's a 6 iron, but they couldn't look any different. So they could go through a line and set it down at a dress and say to themselves, hey, that 5 iron, that 6 iron looks similar. All right, grab me a 7 iron. Okay, that one looks the same, and this one looks the same. And that might have gotten mistaken over the years as for, oh man, all the professionals look at them. Wow, they're looking at the golf club. What are they looking at? What are they looking at? Well, I gotta like the way that it looks. Okay, fair enough. But that could have been for that reason. And as time went on, I think that this whole thing has blown out into proportion where I have to stare down and look at a golf club in order to know whether or not I can even hit it. And I don't believe that at all. If you've worked hard on your game and you know you can play golf, it shouldn't matter what the golf club looks like. You should be able to just hit the golf club. Period. End of story. If you like looking at a blade and you can play it, fine. But if you can't, because of whatever reason, you don't have the skill, you don't have the consistency of swing, and tell me all the excuses, fine. That's fine by me too. But listen, by the time it's all said and done, appearance should absolutely have nothing to do with it. It should be whatever golf club works for you. Use the performance numbers. Get with a club maker. And prove what works for you and what doesn't. That's a big part of it. If we take a hard game and make it harder because people are too prideful to use the right equipment. You hear me? I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that. This is a passionate thing for me, man. It's really tough. Really tough. Every year I get people that come in and they're like, man, I bought a new set of irons last year and I can't hit them, and then another person says the same thing, a new driver and such. I go, okay, did you go get fit for it? Yeah, I got fit. Well, were you sold for the irons or were you fit for the irons? Were you sold for the driver or were you fit for the driver? And then I get these blank stares. Well, what were you looking at? Did you actually go with somebody who knows what they're talking about to be able to give you the information that you need so that you bought the irons or the driver? Or did you say to them, oh, you know what, I have to like the way that it looks. So now that takes 90% of everything out. It throws it out the window because you don't like the way it looks. Now, I get it. It's your money, spend it how you want to. But if you want me to help you and you want my reputation to stay the way that it is, which of course, I really do, it's an important thing to make sure that my job is to help you find the best piece of equipment. And that means confronting you and saying, hey, listen, maybe this isn't the best thing for you. I tell you what, 100% of the people that I've done that for have been very thankful at a later date that I talked them out of a set of irons that has continued to keep them, at a higher handicap when they wanted to get lower. Because again, it's a hard game. It's a very hard game. And a hard game that's made harder because you're limiting what equipment that you can use. That has nothing to do with the manufacturers. It has nothing to do with the professionals. It has to do with you. So the more that you realize your strengths and your weaknesses and buy equipment appropriately, then your game will start to get better. All right. I hope that everybody really listens to me on this one. And if you, again, I would love to hear any kind of opposing opinions on this. So please hit me out at beyondthegreengolf@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to it. And if we need to do another video, we certainly will. Hey guys, have a great day. Thanks so much. Play your best and we'll see you soon. Bye now.